See this? This is my boomstick!
Hi everyone, Boomstick here from the Green Diamonds. Today we're looking at round 3 of the Koenigsegg Jesko GP. I'm going to do a practice round and then my actual run. And as far as I can tell, there are 2 real routes that you can take. I'm going to do the one that I developed on my own. And at the end of the video, I'll show you one that I adapted from some other people's videos, specifically Kuridor. Basically, you'll not use your nitro until you hit this barrel roll. And I actually didn't do the double barrel roll there. You need to be quite high on that to get it. This one is what I call the rush route, where you're not building up the shockwaves here at the start. And you'll take this path down the right and do a 360 imperfect here, holding drift and avoiding that cab, building up the shockwave there, dumping everything out basically as you get it, and then just making sure you don't hit the top of that bridge, banking into the wall, drifting, and then just going hard out. We'll do a 360 here, holding drift, building up, and then just trigger yellow, cutting that off, and do blue across this section, drifting here, getting that nitro, and then just triggering here and going off the barrel roll. It's basically a rush mode, trying to get the most out of it. In this section, you drift as soon as you see that car. I actually drifted a tiny bit early, but there we have a 101.8, which for my pod is semi-okay. I am trying to play against some crazy aliens in my pod, but that's the fun of the GP for me, because I've already got the key. I can afford to just be a bit silly about it. Alright, okay, so that was a good practice round I did. Now I'll actually go through my GP run. Obviously with the pressure of the GP, it's not always great, and obviously I feel like I won't be doing as good, but here we go. So I'm holding that nitro. We'll see if we can get the double roll here, which will help, and we do. Okay, so I'm just going to empty the nitro there, and I missed that bottle. We'll go off here, and I've melon hopped that, which isn't that great, and I've even gone down that side, but I will switch back to my original route, holding down drift, and didn't get the shockwave there, but that's okay. We're doing semi alright. We'll just see how we go through this section. I've just clipped the bit there, and we'll bank in here a little bit late, and I'll save that little bit of nitro for up here, and I'll trigger it, which I don't normally do, just to try and get a little bit of extra speed to make up for the earlier parts that I made mistakes on, and we'll just go straight through here. Alright, barrel rolling and triggering perfect. I'm bouncing all over the walls. As you can see, it's not the best run, but oh jeepers. I've had a lot of bad luck with these Grand Prix, and yeah, I've spent a few more tokens than I probably should have. So I'll have a look at how I ended up. Alright, we'll check the rankings here. Alright, so I'm just below HS Mark. Well done to HS Mark there, and Bout's both beating me out. I might do another run later and just see if I'm in better form, but I have been feeling very sick lately and it's affecting my performance. So I apologize to everyone for being tardy with these videos and not really doing the best runs. But this is the other route to have a look at. Now in this one, I call this the double shockwave start. What you're trying to do is drift at the start to get the shockwave for the barrel roll on the second barrel roll. So we'll see how that works out. And then you'll do another shockwave diagonally when you come to the road split up after that. So we'll see if we can get the double roll. Not quite. And you're actually supposed to hold a bit of nitro there so that when you come to this drift, you can get it off quite quickly. I'm dragging it a bit too long there. Anyway, drifting again to build up another shockwave, which we'll use diagonally here. Then you want to just slight drift and trigger it straight into imperfect or shockwave if you can get it, and then we'll go off this section. Now you really want to be hitting that on the left if you can, just so you get the most height on that bridge. I hit the bridge many times in the Grand Prix, so many times that I actually had to waste tokens. Alright, and I've done a pretty average end of the run, but you get the idea there. For the start of the race, you can do that shock waving instead of doing the 360s and then across the line. You can also even go off the ramp, barrel roll off that ramp towards the end and go onto the barrel roll. I did do that a few times. That's what got me the 101.7, which I haven't put here because the run was pretty, it just didn't illustrate what